Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to be showing you a demo of our new game Corridors that is now on the App Store and giving you a preview of some of the features that are going to be coming in future updates. Right here is the main menu screen, and you can see that if we tap on the instructions button, we can get the instructions, which basically just tells us we can drag anywhere on the screen to move the blue square, and we have to tap the time to pause. Next, we can start a game, and every maze, as you may already know, is randomly generated. You can see we're controlling and solving the maze by just dragging our finger on the screen, and all these mazes are generated live. So you can't really get the same maze twice, and they are pretty hard, some more than others. Solving each maze prompts the program to put you onto the next maze right away, and you can get some of the generation to view it live right there on your screen. You can see each one just appears as it is generated. And you can see down in the bottom right and left hand corners we've got some labels that have numbers on them. In the bottom left corner in the translucent green, that's the number of mazes that you've solved so far, and in the bottom right hand corner is the total time that you've spent solving the maze or the time left. Right now we're in casual mode, which means that the time in the bottom right hand just counts up and there's no time limit. Casual mode is essentially practice for the other modes which actually do have time limits, and so far we've solved about 5 mazes. That pretty much covers casual mode. Now I'm going to go on and show you some of the other modes that you can play that are a bit more exciting and add some more fun to the game. So back to the main menu here, we have our choice of modes. We're going to go ahead and select Time Trial, which is just a 2-minute time limit to complete as many mazes as you can. You can see that it behaves much the same as casual, except if you look in the bottom right hand corner, we have the time counting down from 120 seconds rather than counting up from 0. Gameplay is just the same in Time Trial as it is in Casual, so Casual is very good practice for solving mazes on Time Trial. The last game mode we have is called Survival, and it is the most different of the three. It starts out just like casual or time trial, except that instead of counting up on the time or counting down from 2 minutes, we start out with 30 seconds of time. And as we solve through the maze, you can see here, as we complete the first one, we will have a small bonus of time. We get 15 seconds for each maze that you complete. And it won't become immediately apparent, but also another thing that makes survival difficult and makes it so that you can't just survive indefinitely getting your 15 seconds for each maze is that every few mazes, or depending on the difficulty, every maze that you have, is that the maze will actually get bigger, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until you have to rush through the maze as fast as you possibly can to even have a chance of completing it in 15 seconds. So survival is the most fast-paced of the modes. It has a very short time limit, and you have to think very quickly to try and solve the maze through. And if you go down the wrong path, there's a very good chance that you will not actually be able to make it back in time to solve the maze properly. In such an event, nothing too tragic, you just get game over, and you can restart right there on the screen. Now it does keep track of all your high scores, so if you beat a large number of mazes, then you will have that recorded and you'll be able to tweet out your high score. Corridors also keeps track of the total number of mazes that have been solved so far, and you can share that on Facebook or on Twitter. You can see here, you can just post to your wall a status about completing those mazes, or tweet it out and tell your friends how many mazes that you have completed total. Now I'm going to be showing you some of the new features that we will have in future updates. These will be in the settings screen, and right now these are the two that you have: the survival difficulty and whether you want the music on or off. Survival difficulty is basically how many mazes in between an increase in size, and these are the features that will be coming. Default maze size changes how big the mazes are by default, and sticky intersections assists you in solving through the mazes. So you can see if we turn sticky intersections off and go and start a maze, when we get to a three-way intersection, it is very easy for us to go in all three directions. So small movements of your finger will send you in one direction or the other. However, if we go back and we turn sticky intersections on and go back and try the same thing, you can see that the same movements of our finger will actually not produce the same motion. It takes much bigger drags and deliberate action to actually move you along one of the directions. So this will help you if you find that the controls are too sensitive. You can turn sticky intersections on, and it's a big help. Default maze size, like I said, changes how big the mazes are by default. We have tiny, normal, big, and huge. This is tiny. You can see it's 4 times smaller than normal, and the mazes are much easier and quicker to solve. So if you like solving mazes like this, then you can give that a try. You can get higher scores in time trial and survival, but as of yet, we don't have a way to compare those scores, especially since the maze sizes are different between two devices, and this is as big as the mazes get. So, like I said, this is huge, and it really is. It takes a long time to solve these mazes, and you definitely want to spend a long time trying to solve these because they're much more complex, lots more paths to take, but if you like the longer games, then we wanted to have that option for people to play. So those were two of the biggest things that people were asking about, is saying, oh, the default maze size is too easy, how can you make it harder, and oh, the controls are too sensitive. So those were two of the things that we wanted to do to make it easier, and those will be coming in an update soon. But we really hope you guys go check it out and like the Facebook page. And check it out on the iTunes App Store. Both of those links are down in the description, and we have giveaways of iTunes gift cards and promo codes for corridors on our Facebook page. So go like that if you are at all interested. Thank you for watching, and as always, please subscribe.